This time the window's gone entirely, so fingers crossed. That's now, it looks like it's run. Okay, here we are. This is what I saw earlier when I did it, in the same folder as I've done now. Okay, so new folder, they went to levels. Mind you, this was already built, so I might be better to do the act on its own anyway. This is a new level. That's going to be 0-1 at the time. We're going to create a blueprint class. We're going to use an actor. Here we go. First actor. At the time, yes, this was a different. Yeah, I need to be fixed with what casing I'm using, up a camel case or a camel case. When I was coding, my preference was lower camel case. But it looks like I've got out of the habit of that, and I really need to get back into that sooner rather than later. Otherwise, that could mess me around. Here we go. Okay, actor view. Fantastic. I can see it again. Because I did notice that when, beg pardon, I tried it earlier. That's the other reason I closed it. Obviously I wanted to show you to blog it, so I thought I'm best not going any further. I'll let that finish rendering and then hop back over. And again, it's 11:18 by the time I've done all that. So there's now not as much game dev as I hoped, and I'm going to do the other tutorial videos, which is actually ironically enough based around troubleshooting, but it's not to do with this. What was I doing? Right, the lamp. Okay, static mesh, tick on. And I still think we should have a lamp because we're looking for a light. So let's drag in the lamp. Or can I just add it by right clicking and adding it in? Connect to source control, no. No. Asset actions, create blueprint using this. I think I need to drag it onto the same one, in the same place. Has that linked it? Yes, it has, but it's within the seam route. So it's still its own thing. Which is better than what we were doing yesterday. Okay. So now we're going to get rid of static mesh because I'm not sure whether that is a static mesh at all. And we're going to put on the fire, which was our source of light. Oh, it wasn't a point light. I tried to add a point light because I was looking at a lamp. Anyway, that's really not the... here we are. Now it's nested again. Now I should apparently be able to drag it to the attach. They're not nested, it's done it. That's exactly what we want, and then you drag it a little bit above it. That might be too much above it. It's quite a wide thing. Anyway, the important then is to go to the, it's called the event graph. I can't see it now. It might be because I have to compile it first. No. You know what? I have to do it. No, I can't. Yeah, I think I need to compile this first. Yeah, compile. Good to go. Okay. Now let's hope. It's under there. I missed it. I'm on the wrong menu. It's all time. Okay. This is the play. Yes, okay. So what we were looking for, if I remember right, was the... Right, no. Fire had to go with light. I've done that slightly wrong. Let's go back to the viewport. I don't know if I'll be able to recompile it. Okay. Yeah. So recompiling is making a clean copy of that asset. Fair enough. Okay. And this is when you had the light. Okay. So there was a light. I wasn't entirely dreaming about the light, but maybe I maybe missed to put the actor in, you know. Maybe that's why it hasn't been working for me, because I didn't actually have a route to attach it to. Oh, you live you learn. And it's still within that, but I should just be able to attach. That's what it's meant to do. And it might be because I'm in the other project. Like I say, that's why I'm doing blank. I'm doing blank. That's why I'm going from a blank project, even if I'm not building the rest of anything right now, to see if it offered me a different set of selections. Now, it could be that I missed things, because, well, obviously that's possible. Or it could be that it's a new formatting where it only appears in one version of the build and not another. Either way, we found it. That's the important thing. So we can move on from that kind of. The Z light I thought I was getting was for the lamp, not the fire. That's it. Everything else is at 0, which is also the first time it's done that. It's funny because it looks like a golf ball with a hole in it. Okay, not the bit that we're after. Grab again onto the fire, onto the event graph, and if I remember right from yesterday, can't actually see that. Okay, begin play. So you drag that out, and that one was, geez, delay and duration. Delay. And then the duration went to woo. sorry. Oh, actually, it's providing the floats, which floats in range. In range. Random. That's the word I missed. I knew it was a random thing. I didn't remember what it was. So the minimum is 0, the maximum is 0.2, and then you return that value. And I think you can just drag these and move them slightly out. Copy. And to the point light. And the same event graph. Is it the point light I did this for, not the lamp? Wrong one. Maybe I have missed something then. Oh, just I need to compile it first. Because the point light looks like it's already doing this. No, it wasn't the delay. It was the completed. Right, okay. Intensity. No, okay. It was under render and light, and I wondered if it because it was still parented. Because yesterday I had not figured out how to get that off. So right, the first thing we went into was rendering. Okay. Then it was lighting because it's a light, and we still don't have that option. Got a different equivalent. Again, I'm starting with the blank, so now there's a different set of things. And this might be one of the things I'm still missing. Oh, sorry about that. Context sensitive material, not really. Performance, could it be under performance? No, that's the health. Impulse add force. Not if force is light, then yes, but I don't think that's something. In this case, that's that. Light estimation function library. Magic Leap, I have heard about. No. Magic Leap might be to do with the sun. It's one of the things I came across on the forum when I was first looking for information about the actors. So we might be able to do that manually, but I also might not because we haven't coded it. Let's see. Sorry, it's not a child. Fortunately, it's its own parent. I wonder if we can get to go back to, is it class settings or class default? Class default. And we can look at what intensity is here and bring it over. This is still, oh, point light, come back. Right, if I go back to viewport and then to class defaults, it's still somewhat nested them, hasn't it? You know, the scene component is fine, but I'm now a bit worried that there are no separate lights. Spawn. It needs to act like a light. That's the reason, you know, you had the light in the first place was to go up and down with the fire. As the fire flickered, so was the light meant to vary the intensity. And it was meant to light it from the top down, which you kind of have, but it looks too... It's still, I think the idea was it still looks two-staged, because although it might flicker in duration now, it doesn't vary the brightness when it does. I wonder if it would be apt to begin overlap. No, that's the blocking. Generate overlap events. Is it possible to do it that way? I don't think so, because the graph is showing me the same for the fire, the light as it is for the fire, despite only one of them having been. No, you have to literally overlap. Okay. And instead of that, in play. Ah! I wonder if you have intensity on here. I wonder if I'm just misremembering it. Call function on pfire. Effects. Component. No, that's the particle system, which is cool, but not what we're after. Particle system is cool as an understatement. I mean, I probably don't know how to. I definitely don't know how to work it at first, so it won't. It'll take time to grow, but it is very, very cool. Lighting. That's still field self shadow bias. Distance field. So the distance of field and self shadow bias. So how much shadow it should cast over or under itself. B override the shadow bias should be enabled for this to have an effect. Right, so you've got to override it and also to have certain times where it's turned on. I'm not sure what culling means. Oh, something to do with the static mesh. Is culling like harvesting, or am I getting confused? So reverse culling would be pushing out. Target is static mesh, let's try that. See what it does. I mean, is it necessarily what we were asked for? Probably not at all. Boolean, so yes, on or off. Place a new node. Gosh, why am I doing so much? Ah, the target is the ceiling lamp. Can I change that? Right, no, because it's got to be the static mesh reference, so it can't be the fire. Okay, because P is presumably particle, then I haven't actually. I only got told to put fire, and then I was told to select P. Might stand for particle. Physics. What else stands for P? Probably quite a few things. I've just already forgotten the name of. Okay, so this is a new node. Target is still a static mesh component, so we could get rid of that node quite and set it to reverse call. I mean, I don't think it'll necessarily look any different. Well, let's see what it does. Nothing. Table's on fire. Ah, there we go. Right, so it's not having an effect on the things around it. That could well be why we need the light. Except the light's not. Oh, we've got it unmovable. Does that make a difference? Now, if I go to an event graph, does it now have options? What we're looking to do is one non-completed. So let's get rid of that node. And I can get rid of that. I can ignore that, it doesn't have anywhere to go. I'll see if that affected it at all. Performance, physics, planes, function, platform, privileges, any of those could have been fine. Maybe I shouldn't be messing around this much, I should just kind of get it done. But it's a learning curve anyway.